Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.
Hello all, welcome to Ganesh IAS Academy. This is the special session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the previous year UPSC Mains economic question. So this session is mainly focused on how to approach the mains exam and also what are the things you need to focus and how to prepare for this mains and also what are the things you need to give in your mains answer and also how to present your paper. All these things will be discussed here. Okay, so please make use of it and make a note of it. That is more important. Let's begin the session. Yes, the question is asked. The question was asked in 2014. The question is about national urban transport policy. So first of all, we will discuss the question. National urban transport policy emphasizes on moving people instead of moving vehicles. Discuss critically the success of the various strategies of the government in this regard. It is a 12.5 mark question, 200 words, and 2014 they asked it. So the question is about national urban transport policy. So this is the keyword of this question. So in every questions you need to find the keyword based on which only you have to give the intro part. So that is more important. So when it comes to this question, national urban transport policy, the second keyword or the subsidiary keywords will be like moving people instead of moving vehicles. Critically discuss the success of the various strategies of the governments in this regard. So when it comes to the questions like critically means you have to speak about the challenges or else the opportunities and also what are the government measures they have taken. At the same time, you have to give certain suggestions. So these are the things you need to give in your answer. So critically discuss means you have to give all the sides of that question. And also you have to suggest certain measures. That is more important. So these are the things you need to follow in the questions like critically examine or critically analyze or critically discuss. So here the question is about national urban transport policy. So the intro can be like, why this national urban transport policy? So you have to give the ambition of it in the intro part. The ambition is to reduce the traffic congestions and also pollution, energy consumptions by encouraging sustainable and efficient mode of transports like public transit, cycling, walking rather than the private using vehicle. So the idea is so simple. So it is to push the urban population to use the public transports or else pedestrian ways, not their own vehicle. So the reason is simple. If you are going to use your own vehicle means that will increases the greenhouse gas emissions. That will leads to the global warming. That will leads to the climate change and also it will leads to the issue of air pollution. So to overcome all this thing, they gave the idea of this national urban transport policy. So it is more simple. The idea is so simple. The people in the urban area, they have to need the public transports or else they have to reduce the usage of their own vehicle. So the idea is so simple. You have to need to use your public transports and not your own vehicle. So that is the only idea of this national urban transport policy. This question is indirectly meaning that emphasis on moving people instead of moving vehicle, which means it is not about creating more of a public transport. It is about the inculcating the behavior of the people to use the public transport. So for example, in Chennai there is a metro facility and also suburban trains and also MTC. So it is a bus services. So all these things are available. Still there is a huge usage of the private vehicle. So the reason is, even though there is a possibility for the public transport, people are still they are using these things, their own vehicle. So it is more of using the public transport. For that only the national urban transport policy is emphasizing. So you have to give the aim. Next, it is a 12.5 mark question means, so you have to try to give certain factual data like how much urbanization happened in India. You can speak about the urban agglomeration, or else you can speak about the urban sprawl, or else you can say about the how much population that they are living in the urban areas. It is 32% of the India's population is living in the urban region. And also the forecast is saying that by 2021 census, it will be around 40%. So India's 40% of the population will be rest in this urban area by 2021. That is the forecast. Still we need to find the census 2021 data. Okay, that is in progress. So after they will release it, okay, you can know that whether it is 40% or more than that. So the urban population is increasing. That is why we need to focus on this national urban transport policy. So you have to give certain points like this: urban agglomeration or urban sprawl, or else how much population they are rest in the urban regions. In that way, you give certain data about the urban region. And also you have to speak about the issues with the urban transports. For example, the air pollutions and also climate change issues, urban heat island. It is more of an economic question, so try to present it in the words, don't explain it. If you are going to explain these issues means it will be more of look like a geography answer. So try to avoid that thing and also present it in a some crispy manner. That is more than enough. Then you need to focus on the measures what the government have taken related to these things. First thing, non-motorist transport, which is nothing but the pedestrian way or else the cycle route, sidewalks. So these are the major things. First thing, the urban region will focus on to increases the usage of the pedestrian way. When it comes to any major places that are related to the shopping region means that route will be more of connected with this pedestrian ways. So the idea is so simple. You are going for a shopping means you just use your pedestrian ways, not your own vehicles or any transports. So the idea is so simple. Next, bus rapid transit system. In the Ahmedabad and Pune, there is a thing called as bus rapid transit system. So in that, it is a specific route allocated for the bus service. So by the way, if you need to reach any destination means you don't face any traffic issue. So it is exclusive region for that bus. That road is exclusively allocated for that connections between the any two region. So you don't face any traffic issue. By the way, it will reduces the people from using their own vehicle. Mostly the people using their private vehicles, the reason is they don't want to be late to their office or any meeting. If they are going to use the public transport means they have to face the major issues of delay. To overcome that thing, they are going to use it. So this bus rapid transit system is the exclusive road route. It is allocated for that bus only. So if this thing is going to be there means definitely people is going to use that bus transport only. So by the way, they can overcome all the major issues. So that is the thing. Next, integrated transport system. It is nothing but the smart cards. For example, the government recently released a thing called as a card that will be used in any metro cities. You can use it in the metros, you can use it in the buses, you can use it in the suburban trains. So it is a card that will be recharged and you can use it anywhere else. So that is one of the idea. So by the way, it is inculcating the people to use the public transport. So the idea is so simple. And also it will provide certain discounts. By the way, it is pushing the people to avoid their personal way of riding to any region. So it is pushing the people to use the public transport. Next, mass rapid transit system. It is nothing but a metros. So most of the cities, they are having the metro facilities. Chennai, Delhi, Mumbai, everyone, they have the metro facilities. That is also one of the things. And the last thing is the monorail. That is also available in major cities. Still, the usage of the monorail is very limited, but there is a possibility for the growth of it. So these are the major measures the government have taken related to this national urban transport policy. So by the way, they are going to overcome the issues of this people who are using their own vehicle. So the idea is so simple, but the question is about critically discuss the success of these various strategies. So you have to speak about the issues or challenges related to this thing. The major issue is equality versus equity. Even though you are providing the metro services or a bus rapid system or is the monorail facility, whether it is friendly for every population that are belongs to that region. For example, if a person who are handicapped, whether that person is able to access that facility, that is the major issue. If there is the accessibility issues, that means how it will be useful for the people. So they will definitely go for their personal vehicle. So first thing is you have to more focus on the EQT. So which means EQT means it should be like it will be friendly to every sections of the people. So it will be friendly to the old age people, it will be friendly to the disabled people, it will be friendly to the children. In such a way, you have to create certain infras. You have to provide a ramp facility. You have to provide a lift facilities. So these are the major things that needed in the public transport system. If it is not there, means how it will be reduces the issues of this traffic conjunctions or pollutions or else the issues of the people who are using their personal vehicle. So the issue of equality versus equity, you have to focus on that thing. Still, major metro cities are not friendly for the handicap, Divyang. So that is the major issue. We have to address that thing. Next, the lack of pedestrian safety. Even though you are saying that this is exclusive for the pedestrian, still most of the population using that route for driving their vehicle. That is also the major issues that lead to the accidents. That is also happening in the urban region. So there is no strict regulation of these issues. That is also we need to focus. Next, quality of the road. That is the major issue for the most of the road accidents. So the quality of the roads, at the same time the quality of the buses or any facilities. If it is a metro rail, the quality of cleanliness. When it comes to the buses or suburban trains, the quality of the cleanliness of the region. So these are the major issues. If you are not going to address these issues, means people won't going to use it. So these are the major concern, the quality and the cleanliness and the timeliness. So whether you are operating in the timely manner or not, that is also the major concern. And the major thing is deficit spending on this urban transport. So when it comes to urban area, so mostly it will be funded by the state government and the central government and also the urban corporation. So these three players are mostly going to spend it, or else they will go for a PPP model, triple P model. But whatever it is, still the focusing on the transport is very limited when it comes to the urban region. So that is the major concern. We need to address it. If you are not going to spend any money related to that thing, means it is definitely going to affect the major section of the population. So these are the major issues. So afterwards you have to give the suggestion. So the suggestion should be like, these are the issues, you just make a use of it. So for example, there is the inequality and the equity issue, means we have to overcome this equity issue by providing the ramp facilities, by providing the user-friendly region for the handicaps. And also the lack of pedestrian safety means we have to increase the pedestrian safety by providing the strict rules. The quality of the roads, we have to need to overcome the corruptions in the road construction projects. And also deficit funding means you can give certain suggestions like go for a triple P model. So by the way, you have to give the suggestions. So the major thing here is you have to give the balancing answer. If you are giving 4 issues means you have to give the suggestions also 4. If you are giving the issues of 4 but you are giving the suggestions only 2 means it is not a balancing answer, because you identified what are the major issues.